Hey folks, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the things that happened at MetaConnect that I didn't cover in my last few videos about MetaConnect. I was very privileged to be invited to MetaConnect and receive some travel financial assistance from the folks at the MetaQuest Creator Program, and I'm going to share a little bit of details about some of the things that I saw and heard and experienced as part of the event itself. One of the cool things that happened at MetaConnect were the unveiling of these glasses that I'm wearing on my head right now, the shiny, translucent Ray-Ban Meta Collection glasses. If you look at them at the right angle, you can kind of see the components inside them, and that's what really interested me in them. They were a limited edition. There's around 7,500 of them out there in the market, but one pair of them is on my face, which is very cool. Well, I tried some demos with the Ray-Ban glasses and got a very, very cool case engraving done. There were announcements during the keynote that were not part of the demos that I was able to do prior to the keynote. So just to recap, they are adding a reminder system, which really excited me, so that you can actually ask the AI that's in the Ray-Ban Meta glasses to remind you of certain things, or build a to-do list, if you will. They're also adding live language translation. So if you're speaking to someone in English, like I am right now, and maybe they speak Japanese, in the future, you'll be able to speak to them in your native language. They'll be able to speak to you back in their native language. And the glasses will give you an audio translation directly to your ears, basically, of what the other party is saying. So it'll help make that communication much easier and the flow of the communication go much better. I will say I've been using text-based applications to do that for some time, so I think the AI is there. I'm just worried about delay in communication because you'll have to wait for that translation to come. It's not going to be super real time, like the second that the letter comes out of your mouth or the word or phrase comes out of your mouth will it come down. There's probably going to be a little bit of a delay. So I'm really curious to hear what that's like in practice. And I'll be testing that because I have this set of Ray-Ban Meta glasses and I have another set of Ray-Ban Meta glasses that I'll be giving to another person, and maybe we can actually try to do that language exchange when the live translation features come out. There was also a really cool live translation demo of pre-recorded content. So if you record Instagram Reels, which was what they showed on screen during the keynote, you could actually record that in your native language and then use Meta AI to translate to another language. And not only does it translate your content into the other language, it tries to match your voice style to the best of its abilities, and it does lip syncing into that other language. So the video that they demonstrated, the first video that they demonstrated, I believe, was someone speaking in Spanish, and then they cut to that same video now in English, and it looked almost natural. It's tricky with these types of demos because you don't know how many passes they go through to get to that, or what may have been a recreation of what the technology can do. So I'm really curious to see when something like that rolls out, how it will actually work. But I have a friend, his name's Thomas, Voodoo DE, and he does content right now on YouTube where he's doing the content, recording it in German, and then also going back through and re-recording it in English. If he could do one pass in German and then have it automatically translate into English or many other languages, that'd be pretty awesome. It's really interesting. So I'm really excited to see that come to fruition, hopefully in the near future. I don't really know how many things were near future next few months versus near future next few years in the presentation, but these are all things that are AI related, but not necessarily AI controlling, if you will, that I was really excited about as part of that keynote presentation. The other big thing that was announced in the keynote that I was unaware of before the keynote was Meta's Orion glasses, which is an approximately $10,000 prototype of their vision of the future of augmented reality glasses. Now, as you know, big proponent of augmented reality. I've experimented with the HoloLens, the Magic Leap 1, tried out the Magic Leap 2, done demos with a ton of other headsets. And I have many sets of what I would describe as display glasses or audio enabled glasses, like the ones on my face. The Orion has a 70-degree field of view and is set to be a device that you can use for general computing as well as a myriad of different augmented reality tasks. It looked very much like what you would expect from, I hesitate to say this, a smartphone replacement. So you can have video calling with friends and colleagues. You can have your notifications pop up. You can have navigation. You can have a big screen TV in front of you, things of that nature. The things that I can experience right now with the Ray Neo X2 that I have. But you can also have personal touch. You can have gesture-based controls that use the muscles around your wrist to actually be very fine user controls. So you can scroll back and forth, you can tap, you can do things, and it's using really simplistic micro gestures, natural micro gestures to do that. That wristband is a neural wristband that has been in development for a significant number of years. It used to be this big clunky thing that you would put on your wrist made by a company called Control Labs that was acquired by Meta several years ago. And now it's been refined down to what looks like just this little cloth wristband with some sensors in it. So I did not get the opportunity to try the Orion. Would have loved it, but totally understandable that there's a lot that you have to do to configure that device. It's not something that you can just pass through a bunch of public demos, and it's extremely new and extremely impractical to put into a public demo setting. Shout out to the folks that did get to try it. I look forward to checking out their content related to the Orion, and I'm excited to see what that actually leads to as a consumer product. I think it's definitely years away. Uh, in some articles I'm reading, I'm seeing that Meta is expecting to try to have a consumer product along the lines of the Orion by 2030. That's still 6 years away. I've heard others say within the next 10 years. That would be 2034. So it's a ways out, but it was a good capture of a potential future of a thin and light AR-based wearable. Um, I will say, though, right now, if you want a taste of what that possible future would be, you don't have to beg for a $10,000 prototype demo. There are devices like the Ray Neo X2, the X-Real Air 2 Ultra, and the Magic Leap 2, for example, which actually shares a 70-degree field of view, just not as compact as the Meta Orion would be. From a VR standpoint, there were some games announced that I wasn't aware of when I did my demos with the Quest 3S. I was really surprised to see Triangle Strategy is coming to Quest 3. Triangle Strategy is a fantastic game from the folks at Square-Enix. Seeing the trailer for it makes me really excited. It's coming really soon, so I'm really pumped to actually get my hands on it and get to be able to try it. It's interesting because this is a game that I initially played on the Nintendo Switch. I did not expect it to be coming to a virtual reality platform at the time, but the way that you can turn the world, the way that it looks like everything's implemented, makes it look like it's going to be one that will be a very cool JRPG that you can play in virtual reality. Another game I'm excited for is called Home Sports, and I did get to play a demo of that at a Resolution Games party that was organized with the MetaQuest Creator Program. Home Sports is a ton of fun. It reminds me a lot of what you would expect a VR implementation of something like Wii Sports would be. I got to play a game of hockey with my friend ZimTalk5, and we were playing using virtual sticks, and you could either use two hands or one hand. I found it a little bit easier to navigate with one hand, but if you want that more realistic holding a hockey stick, you're going to use both. And it felt somewhat like you were playing a very, very, very physical, intense version of air hockey. The way that the puck moved, the smaller rink size, because it's just a 1v1 rink with 2 goals, it was really fun. The second game that I got to play was badminton, and I do not fully understand the rules of badminton. I was really rough at it. So I think Zimtalk crushed me in badminton. There are going to be 3 other games on release. Those are the 2 that we were able to demo during the Connect event. The other 3 are bowling, mini golf, and pickleball. After the keynote, there was a developer presentation. Mark Rapkin took the stage at one point and announced something very big for developers. Camera access is finally going to be available for the pass-through cameras on the Quest 3 series. I don't know if that will extend back to the soon-to-be retired, unfortunately, Quest Pro and Quest 2, but it's something that really folks needed, and many developers have been begging for. So I'm very glad to see that that feedback was listened to and that pass-through camera access is going to be coming for developers. It's going to just lead to so much more, whether it be a mixed reality experience or developing for a future AR experience. So I applaud that Meta is coming to their senses a bit and allowing that to happen. Uh, he also announced something that I think is extremely important, which is a better revised UI for Horizon OS. Horizon OS is the name of the operating system that runs on the Quest platform right now and will also work on partner devices in the future. I've had challenges for quite a while with the Quest ever-changing menu structure, so I'm hoping that this is a more permanent change, and at least what he showed on screen looked like a much more intelligent, not necessarily immersive, but panel-based structure that makes sense for virtual reality, as opposed to the very flat layer in what could be a 3-dimensional world that we've experienced since the Quest launched. And honestly, it goes back way further than the Quest. Like what you see on the Quest today really kind of got its start with the Gear VR and the Oculus Go. And it's kind of been tinkered with to make it a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, but it hasn't really changed that much since that time. So I'm excited to see what that revised Horizon OS UI looks like. I'm also really, really, really hoping that leads to a revision of the Meta Horizon app on your mobile device, because it has gotten incredibly terrible in the past couple of releases. I can't even find my library currently when I try to use the Meta Horizon app. I just search for the app that I'm trying to look for, and I hit launch. It's brutal. So I'm really hoping that that UI refresh on Horizon OS extends also to the mobile team and the Meta Horizon app on mobile. Uh, if things go well, I will be super excited. If they don't, I won't be that disappointed, because it's ever changing and it has been since day one. Meta's avatars for Horizon and other third-party applications are also getting a huge refresh. That's actually coming starting on October 1st. You'll be able to customize your avatar to your heart's content. They are looking to make sure that everyone is represented with their avatars. They said it's going to be hard for a period of time. Hairstyles might not be there. Certain characteristics might not be there, but they are working to try to get an avatar that you'll feel comfortable with, whether that's a human avatar that looks just like you or a more fantastic avatar. They showed off some bears and a flower and all different things that you'll be able to build for yourself in Meta's avatar platform in the near future. All of those features are not coming at launch, but on October 1st, you'll be able to have a much more refined, customized avatar for yourself, and you'll be able to create clothing for your avatar using AI prompts, which is kind of interesting. They kind of just give you a silhouette of a specific piece of clothing, and you can then describe what you would want on the print of that clothing. So it's interesting. I'm not sure how often I would use it, but what I will say is it'll make sure that everyone has a unique identity, because not everyone's clothing is going to be the same shirt and pants or the same within the same amount of 80 to 100 pieces of shirts and pants. You'll be able to put whatever you want on your clothing and customize to your heart's content. I will say right now those models are going to be the same type of shirts and same types of pants. Again, a variety of them, but you'll be able to put whatever print you want on them, at least at the start. The new avatars, which they're calling Avatars 2.0, are also going to have more realistic legs and eventually the ability to sit and hopefully the ability to have different heights as well. So you will be able to have your own identity in virtual reality, whether it be fantastical, whether it be closely matching what your actual appearance would be in real life. The characters looked a bit like the characters in Fortnite in a good way. They have more shadows, more definition, but they also don't feel exactly human, and I think that's a good thing. The Kodak avatars that they've demonstrated year after year that are more photorealistic, look at your face, I don't really need that in virtual reality. I feel like the more cartoonish, almost adventuresome avatars are better. So I think that the Avatars 2.0 system is a step in the right direction. I am absolutely excited to dive in and refine my avatar on October 1st, but I will say even my Avatar 1.0 from when Horizon initially launched looks a ton like me. It's got a hat that looks just like this. It's tilted backward, but otherwise, same type of hat. It's got my glasses. I've got a t-shirt on that's got some code written across it. I've got a name badge for a tech conference because it's from MetaConnect a couple of years ago. I've got a backpack on my back. So it's, if you found me in person at Connect, my avatar in Meta Horizon right now looks just like it. So I'm hoping I can actually keep that outfit, to be perfectly honest, but just refine some of the definition of my character. Um, and the other thing that you will be able to do on October 1st is have multiple avatars. So maybe that's my tech conference avatar, and then I have my going on adventures avatar. That is not the only thing that happens at Connect. The most important thing that happens at Connect events is connecting with others in the community. I absolutely love the VR community. They are the most friendly, almost family people that I know. I have gone to 3 Connect events now and kind of snuck into a 4th a long time ago. And I also usually go to the parties around Connect if I'm not able to go to the conference itself, which is what happened last year. So I see the community and they come in from all over the world, and just being able to meet with folks, speak with folks, give hugs, share meals, and spend time with my peers, with people that I admire and respect, with people that share that respect with me. It's an amazing feeling. There's not a lot of places where this can happen. I go to a lot of events year after year. Uh, I go to PAX, for example, in Seattle each year, and I have a few close friends that we'll hang out with, but it's not the same as going to a Connect event and being around what I'd call my people, the people that love and respect the technology that I love and respect, but also love and respect each other. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back with more content soon. Until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR, AR, AI, whatever is coming for yourself. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye now. Also, can I get an Orion demo?